ฝากกดติดตามและกดไลค์กดแชร์ CBN Thailand
Well, anti-Semitism in America is raging right now on college campuses. Yesterday, the presidents of universities appeared before Congress to give an account for failing to protect Jewish students. Washington correspondent Hillary Powell reports.
On Capitol Hill, an urgent plea for protection on college campuses.
Well, on my way to class, I was greeted with chalk reading 90% of pigs are gas chambered. As a student, despite what my university says, I do not feel safe. Let me be clear, I do not feel safe.
I don't want to have to keep advocating for Jewish student safety on campus. It's not my job.
Students ask for help after surviving violent anti-Semitism on their campuses. Now, the presidents of MIT, Harvard, and the University of Pennsylvania had to answer for their schools' responses to an alarming surge in anti-Semitism.
I know some Israeli and Jewish students feel unsafe on campus. As they bear the horror of the Hamas attacks, we know there is further work to do.
Work like making sure the University of Pennsylvania educates on anti-Semitism.
We are in the midst of making certain that all anti-bigotry efforts ensure education about anti-Semitism.
I wonder if that type of education would have been in place at all of our college campuses before this, whether we would have seen the massive reactions that we have.
Harvard University President Claudine Gay was asked about an ongoing federal civil rights investigation about possible violations of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. She declined to answer, but condemned anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitism is a symptom of ignorance, and the cure for ignorance is knowledge. Harvard must model what it means to preserve free expression while combating prejudice.
The president says the campus is taking action with a task force to assist students targeted by doxing attempts. The university presidents say they'll also combat xenophobia and all forms of hate. One anti-Semitism expert says she's weary of the national complacency and says it's the third time she's testified about the danger.
Free speech does not permit harassment, discrimination, bias, threats, or violence in any form.
10 schools are currently under investigation by the Department of Education for possible discrimination based on shared ancestry or ethnic characteristics. Schools that violate Title VI can ultimately lose federal funding. The Department of Education isn't allowed to discuss current investigations, but will keep monitoring the results. In Washington, Hillary Powell, CBN News.